Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «ГолубьМира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about hacking and defense, and let's start with the definition.
This is dilemma about bullet and броня, bulletproof
Armor.
armor. If you want to create defense, you should understand that someone would attack it, and you should know how it would be conducted. So, hacking and defense, this is the same wings of the same bird, or same vesla,
Mm,
paddles,
need to think about paddles.
some
Paddling.
pedals of the same boat. So if you create a defense, you should know how it would be destroyed, or it is easy to destroy it. But if you want to build well constructed defense, you should understand how much money you could spend. And there is an equation which could be read like, if you have spent some amount of sum for your defense, 10 times less would be to break this defense.
And in the school of the troubleshooters, there is also skill of the hacking. So what is the difference between this one and another one?
When we talk about hackers' way of thinking, this is about social engineering. This is about how to trick the system. But technical hacking, this is not about systems. This is how to work against machines. If you want to trick people, you could make it through some tricks, and I will give some advices and examples. But if you want to break machines, you have nobody with whom you could compete. This defense would stand off, or you will break it. Let's make an example. I was in London on hackers conference, and there was a woman who, in front of all people, steal 20 pounds from an innocent person. How it was done? This woman was on the stage, and suddenly someone asked her, okay, you talking so much how you could steal the money, but can you show us how you do it in real time? I think it was a duck. Is it okay to say duck? Подсадная утка.
That's okay. Or
I
it was a
think
setup.
it was a setup, and suddenly he says okay, and he wear a Bluetooth handset and making a call to the bank. Oh, come on, I have my husband at work, but I should pay right now for some food for my baby, and could you please give us 20 pounds? My husband would sign the documents in 2 hours when he will be free after his meeting. And clerk from the bank, he very firmly refused. This girl was showing for everyone her screen, and we could see what she is searching for. And she ran a video with baby cry. And he was making such movement as he carry the baby, but there are no baby at the stage. So it was noise from crying baby. It was a movement as he carrying the baby, and after several cries, this clerk transferred this 20 pounds, and this is hacking thinking. But you couldn't make the same with hacking, because there would be no clerk. You just work against machines with programs.
And if you go back to the silicon-based life, like how exactly we should be aware of like what exactly it consists of, what kind of modules there, what kind of operating systems, or maybe something which is a few levels below there, running it as an entire complex, so that we at least know like where and how to find all of this, like exploits or the things that we could use for our benefits.
You know, it's very easy. If you're well qualified hacker, you could break any wall. It's not a matter of time, it's a matter of your skill. If you could type fast, if you have a very powerful computer, you could make a lot of cycles which will help you to enter through any kind of firewall. Let's give me an example in easiest way. Let's think you want to protect your data, and you archive it with zip, with password. you should know that I could calculate something about from 17 to 31 million passwords for zip archiver per 1 second. But the largest amount of passwords I could create, for example, for WinRAR, just 4,000. So if you use WinZip, I could always break in within 30 days. But if you will make the same archive with WinRAR, I couldn't break it for 4 billion years. So you should know how the systems work. A lot of people, they think that documents which are created in Word or Excel are well encrypted, but definitely I could break them in a second. And there are a lot of programs, and some of them cost like $30. And you could even buy online service that would break one file for $5. So this is not about which kind of defense you use. This is about your ability to test it and to be sure that it is not breaking. I have a case, maybe it was like 9 years ago. There is a company, huge company, who produces vodka, but Ukrainian is Horilka, and the same drink. Yes, it's okay to say the same drink.
I think it's okay to say.
Okay, and they also were having a huge container shipping company, and suddenly 3 of stakeholders, they were in some disorder, and one of them closed the server room and servers and database, and they were thinking that no one could break it because all the companies which have a lock on the server room, which has a special lock on ports of server and also database. So there were like 5 passwords, but it take us not more than 24 hours and 6 minutes, and everything was broken. First time in the world. So all systems could be broken. It's a matter of skill, a matter of money.
And when it comes to the skill itself, well, obviously, like sometimes you may have tools, sometimes you may not have. And as far as I understand, like when it comes to something that is available to you, there is also might be ability to read the code or like to read the instruction, basically like disassemble any tool or disassemble or understand any process so that you know where, when, and how you should inject something in order to do this. So for this, like what kind of skills you need to have, and like whether it's something that might be like if you can disassemble it, like, but whether it will be possible to like to put it back and let the system to chew it to provide you what exactly you need.
There is quite different ways. First is to break out something on your system in a local way and something in a remote system in a distance way. If you have ability to disconnect your computer from the system, you have unlimited amount of tries, so everything will be broken definitely. If you have something in distance, you should be very careful and you should be well planning your operations. For example, some systems will not allow you enter 10 times password and it would be blocked, but you could use another computer, another gadget, another IP address. And some of my hacking system were using like 450,000 computers around the globe. It also could be bought. If you have enough money, you have you can buy a lot of different instruments which are already exist, but they are not implemented. You will use so-called zero-day I don't know how to say, exploit.
Exploits. And when it comes to like some like a tricky ways of like a attempt to go to someone else's system, like for example, I know there is a thing, such a thing exists like a bad USB. It could be like a cable or like even honeypot Wi-Fi is like at the airport where you actually can connect to something. Or there also might be people, I think, driving where like they have like a fully equipped gear and they just like from out of the street with a powerful antenna they actually can connect. So what might be the ways to like defend yourself, because well, obviously you don't want to how to say like touch not known things. You don't want to connect to strange networks, but what are other ways, because obviously hackers might be so sophisticated, so that you also need to come up with something, whether it's like something simple or maybe like do something which is not expected.
You should have several barriers. For example, if you will steal my computer, you will see that there are just 2 or 3 files which are open and all other are encrypted in WinRAR, and you couldn't go through. So I work with just 1, 2, or 3 files at once, and all of them then will be deleted with special utilities. If you will just delete in usual way, it wouldn't help. There are several ways to delete files. First is just delete. In this case, information wouldn't be deleted, but before file names, it would be special sign which will show that this file couldn't be read by this computer, but I could make a copy of your hard drive or SSD or your flash drive, and I will restore it very easily because you have two address system. It could be exFAT, it could be NTFS or some other. Second, you should use special wiping tools. There are a lot of ways. The best one is butterfly. So you could rewrite your information with zeros, then with ones and zeros and ones. There is a program which called Zero Assumption Recovery. It could recover information even if you have been deleted it for 5 times. So you should use like 30 times to delete, and in this case, it will be very hard to restore information. But a lot of people do not know about this. And even hackers, they think that they are just unique person and no one else except of them couldn't done. I have been dealing with a lot of notebooks because I was asked by governments of different countries, and each time we were restoring. Right now, I have no case where we couldn't break something or restore something.
And like when we look into the like a small businesses, obviously, you know, like they probably also might be the target. And when you don't have like a lot of the resources to protect yourself, so what kind of like a basic systems you can set up in order, or maybe systems or even the policies, because it's also like a people who interact with your systems or like different interfaces, you can set up or at least to think about in order to have at least like a basic level of state protection.
Let's give me an example. For example, School of Troubleshooter, not a not a huge enterprise. We are quite small team, and you could buy something on our site. And if you will buy something, the site would create some kind of text file. And after several minutes, this text file would be grabbed by another specially written programs, and it is very unusual. For example, if you will buy a book from Alpina or from Penguin or some other publishers, they will immediately send you a copy. And I could show how to steal all of their books, for example, for 5 minutes. But we know about hacking, so we create another system. If you will pay money, we will create this file. But you will not get your copy in automatic way. It would be people proceed. So one person will see the receipt and will see the payment, and if it is matched to the our price, not on the site but in special table, you will be granted your copy. And sometimes it takes like 8 hours, maybe more, because it is people processed. How and why we do this? A lot of people think, okay, if it is School of Troubleshooters and we will hack them, maybe they will offer us a job. So all the time, a lot of people try to create another price. For example, we sell a book for 1,000 US rubles, and someone will create like 1 rubles, and we have a lot of payment for very small sum. And if it would be done automatically, all these people will say, we have already hacked School of Troubleshooters, and we will lose our face. But in people processed way, there is nothing to hack. First, we will see the money. Second, we will check from table which is outside of our system, and some person will type to send you an email. So there is nothing to hack.
Well, I do believe it's some sort of like a compartmentalization of the processes, like when you have everything absolutely isolated and have like a specific type of connection or like interface where one job goes to another one without being like a set with the wrong parameters. My last question will be how knowing about hacking and defense could help to make this world a better place.
a lot of people, they do not understand how computers work, and it's quite okay. No one should know how our fridge, our TV, or our computer works. But these people are create dangerous for all people they serve. For example, you are a small cafeteria and you ask me for my phone and my birthday, but it could be used to access my money in the bank. Or for example, you are making some cleaning and so other. So you have all floor plans and so on. Or for example, you're working with remote vacuum cleaners, and also they have a lot of information, who is home and so on. But no one think how to protect this information. And you should know that no one is caring about your information. Sometime in Russia, in Ukraine, in Kazakhstan, you will be attacked by hackers who will make a call. Come on, Maxim, let's make something because you have already your domain name expired, or maybe you should pay extra for your phone and so on. And for example, my wife suddenly asked me, I have feeling that someone's stealing my money. And when I was checking, he was already withdrawn every week for 340 rubles for some video shop in Kazan. So it's not possible to be there. And whole net is already filled with information. They are fraudsters. But my wife, she do not believe in hackers and so on. But some people just live for stealing. They live for hacking. And if you do not know about this, you will be like a chicken when someone is trying to take out your eggs.
Помните, что ваша и вашей компании цифровая безопасность очень хрупкая вещь, а мы рассмотрели навык защиты и взломы, и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира!